I am creating this game only for learning purpose. My main motive behind this game regarding is learn this game in order to defend or beat any kind of opponent. So my first uh, movement should be toward center, क्योंकि सेंटर पर अगर जितना इन्फ्लुएंस होगा उतना ही गेम में इन्फ्लुएंस होता है. मैं वाइट के साथ खेल रहा हूँ. I am moving my king's pawn forward on e4 square to control the center better. So opponent replied with Sicilian defense. It is all okay. Now I am developing my knight to g3. It is a king side knight. If I develop my knight, then it will help me in castle. So knight to g3. He has moved his king's pawn one step forward. It means I strongly feel his queen's pawn will move two steps forward to challenge my center pawn. So in order to counter this attack, I can also reply with the same um, effect, like I can move my c2 pawn to c3. So in the future I am planning to move my d2 pawn to d4 pawn to d4 square. Okay, he is challenging my center pawn. I can take it. He has also taken it. Now his king's position is little weaker, and if I move my bishop and plant a check, then I can easily castle and I will develop my bishop too. So I am going to give a check. He has blocked my check, not attacked on my check. He has blocked my check through knight. So I can simply castle. It is a fine move. He has developed his bishop, so after that he will try to castle short. I can simply attack on the center because I also have a pawn support, so I can move my d2 pawn to d4 square. He has taken my pawn. I am also going to do the same with this knight. Why this knight? Because this will create a further pressure on this pinned knight, which is pinned to the king. He has developed his bishop. It's a fine move. There is no error in this move. Now I can simply check that king with my rook. He has developed his knight. This is all okay move. There is no mistake, no blunder till now. I can simply develop my bishop as well as knight. If I develop my bishop to e3 square, it's fine. Developing bishop on e3 square or g5 square is also fine. So I am just developing my bishop to e3 square. He is attacking on my bishop. I don't feel it's a fine move, because if I move my bishop, his king will under attack. But if I take this knight, it's also fine. This I am going to take this knight with my knight. It is a equal exchange. It's okay. He was attacking on my piece, so I just simply took it. One of the good move I am seeing, I can move my bishop to d4 square. He can't capture my knight because his king will under attack. That is also a fine move. The another fine move is developing this minor piece, which is my knight. So I am looking to develop my knight. He has castled, so I can develop my knight to better square because all the pieces has been developed. If I develop my knight to f3 square, it's very fine because it is toward the center square, and in toward the center it will create much influence. He is attacking on my developed piece. It is fine move. It is attacking move. I don't think there is any mistake by attacking on this piece. I am also doing the same. I will attack this bishop with my knight. He has moved his queens, so he is planning to attack on my king's pawn. It will create security problem for my king, so I am looking to save my pawn, otherwise in future I can be in very serious trouble. So g3, pawn to g3 is fine. What is this move? I am not getting why he is moving his pawn. This move I don't feel any purpose is behind this move, so I am going to simply take this dangerous bishop. Okay, till now there is an equal trade. I can move my queen to a4 or d5 square, so I can create pressure on his knight as well as pawn. So a4 square is fine. I am moving on a4 square. He is saving his knight, but I feel he could save his knight by moving its symbol to e5 square. It was fine also. I can take this pawn, and the other way is if I simply develop my rook to d1 square, then if he try to save his pawn, he will have to adjust with king's security. it will create some hole in his king's position. So I am just simply developing my rook to d1 square. As I had felt, if he will try to save his pawn, he will have to move his other pawn, and this will create some weakness in his king's position. So I am going to give a simple check to his king. He has moved his king. I can place my queen to e6 square. It's fine. It is a inner square, and after that I can take his bishop or the pawn. So I am moving my queen to inner square. He is trying to get some benefit from my weakness, which is f3 square. After the check, he can simply take my rook. So this is a very critical position of this game. I have option like I can take his bishop right now, but after that he will simply give me a check and take this rook. I can take his knight as well, so I can consider this move, but this is a very critical position of the game. In this position, anyone should pay 1 or 2 minutes, just plan all those things. So am I in winning position, and touch I have all the pieces which can checkmate his king. I am saying I can restrict his queen's movement when my rook will be on d6 square. I can further push my rook to d7 square, so his queen will be under attack and his queen will have only one square, which is a very bad square for the queen. b8 square, his queen's movement will be trapped, and after that I can attack on his pawn. I am having two bishops which can control many good squares, so I can plan it. I am moving my rook and capturing his bishop. As I had thought, he is getting some benefit from my weak square, and now he is planning to take my rook. Okay, take it. I am also looking to take your queen, not queen, the king. So first of all, I am restricting your queen's movement by placing my rook to d7 square. Okay, I have restricted his queen's movement. Now his queen has no good space, no nothing. His queen is like a rook. His queen is just like a rook. He can't do any much. Now I can move my bishop and create pressure on his king's security guards. He is saving his pawn, not this mm, knight. See the value of the pawn, because his king will be under attack. Now what I can do, I can create more pressure on this pawn by moving my queen to h6 square. This pawn is pinned, he can't do anything. I can do disc downs in front of this pawn. I don't have any problem. Still he is trying to save his pawn, not he is moving this knight. So I can further create pressure on his three security guards, which is king as well as rook and queen. So these three persons is guarding this small pawn. Small pawn. So I think bishop to c4 square is very fine, because I am looking to take his one valuable rook, which is guarding his g7 pawn. What is this move? I was thinking he is planning to move his knight, but he has simply moved this pawn. This pawn movement is not going to do any harm to me, so I am going to take this rook. He has taken it with king. Now I can see it's a checkmate. I am going to take this pawn with my rook. If we take, I will do checkmate. He has moved his queen and king. Now this pawn is dead and it's checkmate.